I will be right back. I'm gonna go to the restroom. Alright, I am back. Ugh. Let's go. Thank you, Zach. You know, I just realized something funny. Zach, you are like the second Zach in my life I have befriended. I befriended one when I was in high school. Although he was younger than me, so I know it's not you. I mean, that's fair. My real name isn't Fortia Storm. Actually, Fotia is the spelling, not the pronunciation. I pronounce it my own way, but is the spelling of the Greek word fire. So technically, my name means firestorm. Your real name is Paul. See, you do not seem like a Paul. You really don't seem like a Paul. But Dragon, you do seem like a Destiny. It's not really a compliment or a disagreement. I'm just saying with your personality you have, you don't seem like what somebody, like a Paul. I don't know, when you think of a Paul, you kind of think of a boring person. And you're not a boring person. So. At least that's what I think of when I think of a Paul. I think of somebody boring. Oh, please. Sitting at home all day playing video games is never boring. If sitting at home playing video games was boring, then video games wouldn't have such a successful marketplace for people to buy them. Actually, I've had a bunch of ideas, and I wanted to create my own video game one day, but I do not have the skills. But that doesn't mean I don't have the ideas. So I'd be willing to give somebody, if I found somebody who could create video games, I'd be willing to give somebody the ideas to make the games. But I sure as fuck can't actually do it. I lost track of where my root beer was. I'm not an artist. I'm a story writer. I can do the world building, I can do the stories. I can maybe do concept art, you know, just general shit so an artist can fuck with. But I my sister's kind of an artist, but she's not video game level art. I've got artistic tendencies, but I am not an artist. That is something, unfortunately, I cannot do. But I can create stories like no other. I mean, I'm a dungeon master for D&D. Haven't had a group in forever working on that, but I'm a dungeon master. You're creating a pirate crew for video games. My writing isn't always, you know, absolutely fleshed out. But I can create worlds, I can create stories. I mean, I'll obviously need a proofreader to tell me what more details to add. But trust me, I can write. I can create worlds. I've already got, like, 3 different solo worlds I've created myself. Hey, I don't care that you spelled it wrong. I understood what you were talking about. That's what matters. Double fisting chats on mobile is hard. Yeah, you're right, that does sound wrong. Ah. You're gonna be the king of the developers. Hey man, I like creating stories. I like writing. I haven't finished an actual written anything in a while because I've been kind of in a funk. I'm hoping to change that soon. I would love to fucking get out there and start writing again. Even if it's a simple fan fiction. Fuck, fan games would be fun too, now that I think about it. I could probably come up with hundreds of ideas for fan games. My brain don't quit. That is my superpower. My brain don't quit. Oh, it's not my vibe. I'm just saying. I could probably write a story for one. Obviously, I want to create originals. I've got worlds for originals. I'm just straight up saying fan games sound fun too, is what I was. Yeah, I don't think I came across the way I wanted it to. That happens. Dudes be power washing the train station every time. Ah, yeah. See, power washes in real life, while they're satisfying, they're also annoying. But video games, however. Okay. Bar shelf? Is it this? Okay, we're gonna go find that. Oh, yeah, it's this. Okay. Got it. Huh. That's interesting. Now I have a few big questions for that one. For what you'd want it to be specifically. But if you're going to do a Stardew-like type thing, the question is how realistic or how extra do you want it to be? Got it. Because if you want to make something kind of like Stardew, which I believe, if I'm correct, Stardew does farming, harvesting, building your own farm, animals, and it's also got this area where you go and you fight monsters in this cave thing, and I don't remember if there was cooking, but there's a lot in there. My sister got me the game. I haven't actually played in a while, but I have the game. Not as realistic as Farming Simulator. So somewhere in between Stardew and Farming Simulator, I'm assuming. But do you want it to be like a farming game, or do you want it to have a bunch of other things with it, kind of like Stardew? Because Stardew is more than just a farming game, if you look at it. Mako Energy Exhibit. Or is it Mako? It's one of those two. Another question is, do you want it to be like set on Earth or set on or set on an Earth-like planet, or do you want to have fun with it and maybe make some kind of frontier building, farming on a different world type thing? This is big. There's a lot of mess too. If you want to leave it kind of unknown and mysterious, then it could just be, person doesn't remember who they are, but they find themselves on a farm with residents nearby, and they just start, building and farming and just making their life work. If you really want to, we could have a story flesh itself out as you keep going. There's a lot of things you can do with story. There's so much story. Like, I look for the lore in every single game. Fuck, even here in PowerWash there's lore. There's lore on my screen right now that I am not reading, and I will probably read later. But there's lore. Everywhere. Every single game. Even simple simulator games got lore. Even fucking Minecraft's got lore. It's very open-ended lore, but there are lore. There's lore. And you can create the mechanics of the game, get everything together, but if you don't have an interesting lore, you can't really capture as much attention as you would like. You can have an open sandbox with hidden lore, like, fuck, look at Lethal Company. That's got lore. It's hidden and you gotta find it, but it's there. And that's the best part, is when you can find your own lore. At least my opinion, when you're doing games kind of like that. You can find your own lore, and there's a lot you can do with it. Sorry, you got me all fucking writer mode right now. I'm just rambling about lore and ideas, and I'm probably annoying people. I also get really, really excited to talk about story stuff. So, it's something I heavily enjoy. I've always wanted to be a writer and write a book and publish, but the writing part is hard. I can come up with the ideas, but putting it down without other people to sit there and help me figure out and flesh it out. Yeah, no problem. I'd love to discuss it more later. One thing you'll learn about me quickly is if there is story to be found, I will find it. Oh, this thing is gonna be such a bitch to clean. Do I have soap? I have soap. Abiotic factor. I don't think I have that game. I can look. like I just shared my entire parents, so I might have access to it now if they had it, but like I said, I do have Stardew, so I just haven't played much of it. Survival game kind of like Ark. Oh, I never played Ark. I had somebody attempt to try to force me into that, and then I just kind of said, no, fuck you. And never ended up playing. It's not because I didn't want to play. It's because I don't like when people try to force me to play games. So I kind of tell them to go screw themselves, and then I don't touch the game out of fucking spite. Especially if they're pushy. If they're like, hey, you should try it out, then I'm like, yeah, okay, probably. But if they're saying, you should play, you should play, you should play, I'm like, no, fuck you. Alright. But I have played some other games that I've heard are similar to Ark. I don't know how true it is, but 7 Days to Die is a game I play. I pick it up and put it down occasionally. It's it's always on my mood. But it's a fun zombie game, so I enjoy picking it up constantly. I've used to play something called Stranded Deep. Ark is a difficult game and most people play it are assholes. That's fair.